we're gonna get set up for deep sleep. That's the whole purpose of this live. So I encourage you to get comfortable, grab something warm to wear. We're gonna set up reclined. That's why Mark is my model. He's calling himself the dummy. Not true, but he's gonna model for me so that I can guide us through a Yoga Nidra. Clearly I can't do that and lie down at the same time. So I'll recommend that you grab some sort of lavender oil or some sort of oil. We're gonna begin with a foot massage. So if you have trouble sleeping, one of the most recommended things to do is to give yourself a foot rub with oil of any kind. And if you have some oil that has lavender in it, that would assist your sleeping even further. So grab your lotion, your oil, whatever you have available, and then give yourself a squirt. Here we go, Mark. You ready? Mm-hmm. Mark's been ready for the last 10 minutes. And then pick one of your 2 feet and start to rub the oil into the soles of your feet and give yourself like a good rub. So thumbs into the arches of the foot. Notice aroma, notice sensation. And as we're working towards like a guided meditation, we want to drop away from all the other thoughts and thinking, which is a challenge in itself. So begin to notice the pressure of your hands on your feet. Notice the sensation of whatever oil or lotion you're rubbing into your feet. And as you give the soles of your feet a little dig with the thumbs, then also give a little attention to each of your toes on that same foot. We're still on the first foot, and also the soles of your feet. And goodness, if you're like a barefoot person like me, your feet might be kind of dry. So continue to nurture and rub whatever your oil or lotion is into this one foot. Don't jump to the other foot just yet. The whole idea of what we're practicing together tonight is to go slow. If you're unfamiliar with the Yoga Nidra practice, we're gonna set up lying down, which is why Mark, my model behind me, is reclined on the bed. If it's near to your bedtime, I recommend that you get yourself into bed and get comfortable, because you just might fall asleep for the evening, which would be wonderful. And if you're ready, let's switch to the opposite foot and do the same thing. Start at the center of your foot, the sole of your foot. Dig in with both thumbs. Notice how this foot feels versus the opposite foot. Sometimes there's a sensation or something happening in your feet. And just take your time. Oftentimes we don't nurture our own bodies as much as we should. So as we're getting set up for Yoga Nidra, we're massaging a little oil, lavender oil, into the soles of our feet, rubbing into the toes. We're on the second foot. If you're just joining, you can join in at any point. Give the heel of your foot a little bit of attention. And if you plan on staying for the duration of the Yoga Nidra practice, it will last approximately 20 minutes from now. And you just might fall asleep, which that is the goal, right? We're doing this whole practice intended for deep sleep, starting with a little self-massage of the feet, which is a wonderful thing to do every evening before you get ready for bed. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing fantastic.
Sleeping already?
Yes.
And then when you feel like you have sufficiently nurtured and massaged both of your feet, we're going to set up in a really comfortable reclined position. So you can be on your bed the way Mark is lying on this bed. You can put a bolster underneath your knees. Would you like a bolster under your knees, Mark?
Sure.
You can put a blanket on top of you if you're feeling a little chilly. I almost wiped out on the floor with my oily feet. That would have been something. And then an eye pillow or even an eye mask. So Mark's going to put one eye pillow on his eyes or forehead. And if your head is propped up on too much of an angle, you might decide to lower your head a little. And hands on the chest, the way Mark has, or hands out to the side, palms face up. You can totally choose. And if I were to have my hands out to the side with palms face up, I would probably put an eye pillow in either palm for an added groundingness. Are you comfortable with your palms on your belly, Mark?
I am.
All right. So when you're ready, as you're getting yourself situated for Yoga Nidra, excuse me, take a steady breath. I'm going to dim the lights in this room. If you have something on your eyes, you don't need to dim the lights. And here we go. I'm going to guide you through it. When you feel comfortable and you have your body set up in a comfortable corpse-like position or a reclined position, take a few steady breaths and become really in tune with the way your breath feels. Long breath in and a really long breath out. Know that as we make our way through the Yoga Nidra practice, there'll be times when there's silence that's intentional so that you can settle inward. And begin to notice how your body is resting on whatever surface you're lying on. Observe the way your clothing is resting on your body. And then start to take a few bigger breaths, filling your lungs as much as you can without struggling, and slowly letting the breath out and emptying your lungs all the way, again, without struggling. Take a few more breaths in this fashion, inhaling completely and fully. And exhaling completely. Perhaps say to yourself silently, I feel centered and grounded. I feel centered and grounded. Begin to loosen all effort and allow gravity to fully take over. Bring your awareness to your right hand and simply notice your right hand. Bring your awareness to your right forearm and become aware of your right lower arm. Shift your awareness to your right upper arm. And simply consider your right upper arm. Shift awareness to your right shoulder. let's associate a blue light at the right shoulder. A bright light, like a star. Shift your awareness to your right hip. And once again, a blue light, like a bright star, residing at your right hip. Become aware of your right knee. Imagine a bright light, a blue star, near your right knee. Shift awareness to your right ankle and become aware of your right ankle, considering a blue light near your right ankle. And then notice your right foot. A blue light, a bright star on the right foot. Shift awareness towards your left hand, simply considering your left hand. Noticing it. Observing your right hand. And consider your left lower arm. Becoming aware of your left lower arm. Shift your awareness to your left shoulder. And visualizing at your left shoulder a blue light, a bright star. Shift awareness to your left hip. And consider at your left hip, there's a blue light, like a star. And then journey down the leg to your left knee. Simply noticing your left knee. And at your left knee, there's a blue light. Consider your left ankle. And at your left ankle, a blue light, a bright star. And then become aware of your left foot. At your left foot, a blue light, twinkling like a star. And as we continue through the Yoga Nidra practice, allowing the body to feel heavy, completely supported by whatever you're resting upon. Remaining easy in your breath, letting the body feel loose and heavy with gravity. Become aware of your neck and the whole circumference of your neck. Consider the back of your neck and the front of your throat. At the front of your throat, a bright light, a blue star. Become aware of your head and the back of your head. Feel the back of your skull resting heavy on whatever is underneath it. Allow your head to drop with gravity as the neck loosens and we give in to gravity. Shift your awareness to the front of your head, the skin above your eyebrows, and in this place of the forehead, visualize a bright light, a blue star. Remain softly focused on the center of the forehead, visualizing a bright light there, a blue star. Consider the space at the very top of your head, the crown of your skull. And visualize at the very top of your head a bright light. Allow the body to drop downward into whatever you're resting upon. And as you allow the body to drop in this sense of heaviness, also notice the lightness as if you're floating on the raft on water. Appreciating the duality of gravity grounding you and a lightness as if you're floating. Breath effortless, body effortless. Appreciating the peace and comfort of the physical body at this point in time. Allowing for a sensation that your body is gently dropping downward with gravity. Bring your attention to the front of your throat. And at the front of your throat, visualize a bright light, a blue star. Become aware of the front of your right shoulder. And at the front of your right shoulder, visualize a bright light, a blue star. Become aware of the palm of your right hand. And in the palm of your right hand, visualize a blue star, a bright light. Gently shift your awareness to the front of your left shoulder. And at the front of the left shoulder, envision a blue star, a bright light. Shift awareness to the palm of your left hand. And consider in the palm of your left hand a blue star, a bright light. Shift awareness to the center of your belly. And in the belly, consider a blue star, a bright light. Bring your awareness to your right foot. And at your right foot, consider a blue star, a bright light. Shift your awareness to your left foot. And at your left foot, a blue star, a bright light. Observe the weightlessness of your body. I feel peaceful and grounded. And if you've been watching or listening this entire time and you're very relaxed, please stay as you are. My model Mark in the background is snoring. If you hadn't had the opportunity to listen along and follow along the entire time, perhaps sometime in the future you can set yourself up in a really relaxed, reclined position, similar to how we have Mark set up here. I know it's a little bit dark, but Yoga Nidra is practiced on your back in a comfortable shape with any support you need, something under your knees, something under your head, an eye pillow across the eyes like Mark has. And it's intended to help us get so relaxed that we have a deep sleep, no matter what time of the day it's practiced. So I hope for you that you have a wonderful, restful sleep this Sunday evening. I'll post this video at some point, and you can listen to it again whenever you're interested, whenever you need it, whenever you need a little guidance to settle inward to self. Thanks for being here.